This is a 2010 Hunkeler HKU 2000. It can be used, it can be set up two ways. This was set up as an HKU 2000 with a cutter. We do not have the cutter. I'm not sure if the previous owners kept the cutter or they had a problem with it and they didn't replace it. Either way, so it's now technically an HKU 2010, sorry, 2010, yeah, 2010, which means it would not have a cutter. Either way, it's a paper scrap removal system. You hook this up to, there's some included piping here, blast gates, hookups to, a saddle stitching line, large press, anything with scrap paper coming off of it. And it will suck it in. And if you do decide to buy it and you want to add a cutter, it is wired up for a cutter and programmed for a cutter. We just, the wiring harness is right inside here. You just got to bring it down and hook it up. The cutter bolts on right here. Otherwise, it can be used just the way it is. It just won't cut the paper. It does cut the paper. It cuts it into really very fine particles and saves you a lot of room in your bins. You have to change the bins as often, so on and so forth. So it is a paper scrap removal system. It has filters inside of here. The paper is pulled through this tunnel down into this bin, which can slide out and also has glasses here to show you when it's full. It is then pulled back to the filters, and the clean air is exited straight up out of the top here. Or it can be ducted out if you like, but either way, it's just clean air. I think that people will duct it away to reduce noise. This current unit, it did have a caster damage when it was coming off the truck, and I'm not sure why, but we did not get the top cover. We are having the top cover acquired. We're either going to manufacture one or buy an original. That'll be on top. So I can show you the unit does function, everything works. Without this top cover, it won't be able to achieve the proper seal to pull paper through here into the bin, but you can see everything's working. If you do decide, again, you can add a cutter to it, and then you end up with what is in here. Again, since that caster is damaged, it's sitting a little low, so usually this slides out real easy. Right now, it's a little tight, but this is what it looks like when it has a cutter on it. It cuts the paper down to almost a powder. So you can imagine that you can have a lot more paper in this bin in a powder form than if it was just scrap pieces. As the machine sits, it'll work fine and it'll do scrap pieces for you. But if you do want to set it back up with a cutter, that's entirely possible. You require the cutter which mounts here. Again, it says 3 wires, that's right up to here. So I'll go ahead and show you it functions. I can't really show this to you, but just also so you're aware, there's also a motorized filter shaker in here that runs when between cycles of the machine. It shakes the filters out back into the bin down here. So we'll go ahead and run it here just for a second. It's kind of loud. Can't really see it because it's moving air. If you do look up there, you'll see our lights are shaking because it's moving so much air. There's a PLC control here, start, stop, do a service check, turn the filter shaker on manually, which it does run automatically, so on and so forth. I think that's everything that's included. The pieces down here on the ground we originally showed you to hook up to your units. And yeah, that's everything that's included. We will have a top cover on there when it is before it's shipped out, and that caster on the corner there will also be replaced.